Hello, welcome to the Knitting Project podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family, 4 cats and a dog. Today is I haven't got a clue, 25th. It's the 25th of July 2022 and this is episode 129. I was so focused on remembering the episode number I completely forgot the date. So it's off to a great start, isn't it? Welcome if you are a new viewer, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today and with sticking with me. I didn't get a chance to record last week. Life got in the way again. It really is. It's just such a busy time at the moment. However, one of the reasons I didn't record is because I didn't feel like I had enough content, because all I knit was one pair of socks. And I was chatting to my lovely friend Sally, and I know you watch Sally, so hi. In fact, if everything goes right, I should be spending the day with you the day this comes out, which is going to be fantastic. And she was saying that she thinks that most people would just like to hear me talk about my knitting, whether I've got one project or many projects. So I'm going to go with that theory and try and remember that in future. I have got a little bit to talk about today, so it's not too bad today. Admin, no, I still haven't done the prizes. I know I have got to do them. I'm putting them as a goal for August, so hopefully that will be achieved. Honestly, I'm so sorry, I'm so bad. But it will get done, it will get done. You know me, it does get done eventually. So should we just talk about the knitting? That might be better, wouldn't it? So I'm going to have my coffee. Look at this. My friend gave me this. It's actually now dirty because it's got coffee on it. Knitting keeps me from unravelling. Bless her. I'd also like to say non-knitty friend. In actual fact, they got that for me. Right, so what would you like to see first? Shall we start with some finished objects? They're only finished objects, but they are finished objects. So last week you saw me knitting. I was going to put these on sock blockers, totally didn't. You saw me you saw that part of the Scrappy socks. And I have finished them. So I'm going to tell you about these in a moment. That's one. That's the other. So that's the other one. And they are the same. Yes, that's what I was going with. They are the same. I've knit them the same, even though they're scrappy. I've knit both socks the same, so they do match. That was, I think, the word I was looking for. I still have slight COVID brain. I'm over COVID. More about that in life stuff, but yeah. So what I've done with these is I've kind of amalgamated a jelly roll sock, more in the next one, but a jelly roll sock and a trainer sock and a scrappy sock, and kind of come up with my own recipe. I'm not happy with where that falls on my foot. I have got such a short foot, I need it much further up. It just looks odd. That's the problem. It would fit better, but it looks odd. So what I'm going to have to do is make these a few less rows. So at the moment I'm doing a 12 row cuff, and on this one I did a twisted. Did I do 7 on the other one? I think I did 7 on the other one. I might look that up in a minute. Anyway, not on the other sock, or the other pair that I've got to show you. It's going so well. Right, so I did a 12 row twisted rib cuff, 2x2 twisted rib cuff. Did a heel flap, slip stitch heel flap, and a plain, not a garter stitch, heel turn. And then I did the decreases as normal, because I use 60 stitches, so I decreased that back down to the 30. And then I did 16 rows of this colour. I did 12 rows of just normal 1x1 rib on this one, and then 16 rows of that colour, and then did the toe. These are actually slightly too long, so I need to take the 16 down, although that 16 looks an awful lot longer than that 16, so I'm thinking one of those two I didn't do right. In fact, that looks longer than that 16. Yeah, it does. Look, I reckon on that one I miscounted. Anyway, beside the point. So I just did a normal 1x1 rib on that one, 60 stitches on 2.5mm needles. So, and then on my other one, have I got my notes in here? I'm hoping I have. That's not my notes. My notes are hanging out in my lovely little bee pouch from So Amy, which I adore. Right, so my notes. So with the one I am knitting now, no, that's the one I've finished. I did the 12 row cuff again. Did I do a 12 row cuff? I did, so I've adjusted it on the next one. Okay, so again I did a 12 row cuff, but this time I just garter stocking stitched it. So right, there we go. This was a set from Homespun House and was called 1980s Workout, which is cool. I love them. Again, I've matched them. So on this one I've done a 12 stocking stitch roll, but decided that was too long, it's too thick. So on the next one I've only done 7, but you'll see that in a minute. That's my whip. Again, I did a slip stitch heel and a stocking stitch heel turn. I did, so that's one colour, that's another colour, that's the third colour I did in the I did for the garter decrease, for the gusset, that's the word, decreases, and then these two are the same mini. Again I did 16 and 16, and again these are too long, but in the middle here, which I think worked a bit better, I did a 1x1 twisted rib. Again this is a different colour, which I really liked, so that worked out well, other than I needed it a bit further up here. And then I did the toe. So in both of these I've done the toe in the same colour as the cuff. And with this one I had 6 colours. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one only had, it was a 5 set of minis. So I put the 2 there, and I've put 2 each side of there, which I think looks really nice. I like the balance. I mean, these are a crazy set of minis, to be fair. And as I said, I did the same on both, so I've got 2. I have got 2, so that's another one I finished this week. Again on 2.5mm needles, and I knit these one at a time. I knit this one first, and I knit this one second. This one I knit in an afternoon because I've now knitted that one flew off the needles. I don't really get second sock syndrome, but because I'm getting a bit impatient, I am doing my next thing I'm going to show you concurrently. Where is it? There. So, living in my Sherry Iris embroidered bag. Oh, that's kind of moving on the screen. I have got my next one. So I'm using, this will be a Homespun House show today, isn't it? That's a mini from Woolly Goodness, but the main ball I'm using this time, it's got itself majorly tangled, is my leftovers from my socks I finished a couple of weeks ago, because I really love this yarn and I just want to use it all. So I thought I'd make myself a pair of another pair of training socks, so while I'm perfecting this pattern. I'm not releasing this, by the way, because this is all an amalgamation of everybody else's pattern, so I couldn't do that. That would be awful. But just for me, for my own, oh, this is my perfect vanilla sock recipe. That's what I'm trying to perfect. So anyway, I decided I wanted to use this. But because I wasn't 100% certain I'd have enough yarn left, because I have already knit one pair of socks in this, I am now knitting these concurrently. I mean, I can understand the green being attached, not sure why the yellow is. There we go. So I have done on these ones, let me just get my notes out. We're going to try and go for a little bit more of perfection on these. So these ones I've done a much smaller roll, and I've only done 7 rounds. I was going to stop at 6, I was going to halve it, and then it just didn't feel quite right, so I've done a 7th one, and I've done, again, slip stitch heel and just a stocking stitch heel turn instead of my garter stitch one. And again, I'm on the second one at the moment. Again, I've done the roll top, so this is just literally knitting stocking stitch round and round, gives you this lovely roll at the top, and then I'm on the slip stitch heel of that one before I turn it, and then I'll do the gusset decreases. So because I'm already on that sock, I'll do the gusset decreases on that sock, then I'll do them on that sock. Then I'm going to work out how many rows I want to do before I do the ribbing in the middle, which I'll do on this sock, and then I will then end up ribbing on this sock, and then ribbing on this sock, and then doing the rest of it, and just doing it that way. So hopefully I'll have enough yarn. Not quite sure what I'm going to do if I do run out, because there isn't enough of that left to do 2 toes and any extra. So I might have to sub in another mini, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll have enough. But I figured this way I'm going to know quite quickly if I'm going to run out. So these might end up as Scrappy, but hopefully not. And I love them, I really do. They're so quick and easy to do. The only thing that's taking me some time is because I'm just kind of counting rows all the time, which I don't normally. It's funny actually, because when I just vanilla knit my sock and just go down the foot, I have such muscle memory for how many rows I need. I don't ever have to count them anymore, but because I'm trying to put the little bit of ribbing in, I do need to work out where that needs to go. So but yeah, so on these I'm using, I should say I knit my socks on 2 circulars, which look odd when you're at this stage, but I'm using some licky needles for this one, and I'm using some chalgoos for this one. I actually need another pair of these, so I'm hoping next weekend when I'm going out with my friend Sally, at some point I will be able to pick up another pair of quite short chalgoo 2.5mm needles. So that's what I'm working on, and as I said, I'm having a bit of kind of mucking about and deciding what works best for me. If I really, those socks are not going to fit me, I will pass them on to my eldest, whose feet are slightly bigger than me, or my youngest, who doesn't care. She just likes woolen socks. Oh, and to be honest, by the time she's washed them and tumble dried them a couple of times, they probably would fit me. That's what I'm doing sock wise. I haven't knit anything on my Elton cardigan. I don't know why I've not knit anything on my Elton cardigan. It was comical on Saturday. Every time I picked the cardigan up to start knitting, something happened and I had to put it down again. And by the time I'd wrangled the balls of wool, because lace weight wool seems to love getting tangled, by the time I'd wrangled them to start knitting again, I'd knit like 3 stitches and I'd have to put it down again because something else happened. I was like, this is ridiculous. And in the end, it got so bad that I just swapped to socks. I was just like, if I'm going to have to keep putting stuff down, I'm just going to swap to socks. I can't even remember what I did Saturday. Did I go out? Goodness knows. I have no idea what I did Saturday. Oh, did we go out in the morning? We did go out in the morning. Oh, I don't know what happened in the afternoon. It's school holidays, Meg's off because she's not working, so anything could have happened, and I may very well get interrupted. Right, I said last week I would show you my Squiggle Village blanket, because you've not seen this in a while, and I have done quite a bit. Now I've got 2 packets that I have not started yet. There is a 3rd packet that's being released that I don't think I've bought yet, which I need to do. And then that's my main colour. That's the one I'm working on. Hold on. Let's put that there. Right, so I am currently going round and round on that one. It's pretty, isn't it? And there's just minis everywhere. Oh, that will be another one I haven't started yet. I need to get on with this. I've got a bit behind. I haven't got a bit behind. I've got very behind. So this is the row I'm working on. So the way I do it, I do alternates of 2 colours. So I've done that mini and then that mini. Obviously this is crochet too. Then that one, then that one, then that one, and that one, that one, and that one. And then I've got a blue and a green. Now I'm doing another blue. And then I'll have another green, I think, unless that's 10. 1, 2, am I doing 10 or 12? I don't know, I'll count that in a minute as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's 10, so I'm assuming I'm doing 12. So that's one strip. When I've got this strip done, it will get attached to the main blanket, which is here. I should say this was living in my lovely Eldest Flower Stitches bag, but it's too big now, so I'm going to take this opportunity to put it into a bigger bag. Right, so this is how it's looking at the moment. I love it. It's going to be so pretty. I cannot wait. I need to get on with it, otherwise it will not be done by the end of the year. So I need to try and put a square in this every day, as well as another couple of blankets that I want to do. I would like to put another square in each day as well, but we'll see. I'm not putting that pressure on myself at the moment. I am literally just knitting on what I want to knit on, and the only thing that's got my heart at the minute is socks. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting, is my socks. But yeah, I love this. It's so pretty. So yeah, this all needs to go. I have looked at this much bigger bag, which is a lovely bag by Busy Puttering, which she gifted to me ages ago. This is all going to go in there now, because then I can... Oh, actually, let's put you in first. You appear to be in my end bag. This is only just fitting in here. It's not fitting in here. I'm going to need to find yet a bigger bag for it. This is definitely not going to fit. So next week on the podcast, I know exactly what I'll put it in. I'll put it in my brandy bag that I got that she did for my birthday, because it will fit in that. But yeah, so there we go. I'm going to swap the project that's in my brandy bag into this one, and then use this one. Use that one. My project in my brandy bag at the moment is the Dust of Snow wrap that I started in mohair that I don't really want to go anywhere near at the minute. So yeah. So my other project that I'm working on is living in my So Sweet Violet bag, and is my baby blanket, which has got a home now. It'll be going to Katie. So this is how far I've got. I'm doing a 18 by 18 mitred square, totally stolen from the lovely Jules of So Sweet Violet, because I just thought it was such a lovely idea, and to have a grandchild actually on its way for it is even better. So I've got, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 12, I believe. And I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 4 more rows to go, and then this will be done. However, I am going to run out of this before the end of that, so I'm not sure what to do about that now. I'm hoping my lovely friend Kelly might have some she can send me, because this is hers. It's her cafe latte colourway. But yeah, otherwise I'm going to have to try and find something that's close, which I'm hoping wouldn't be too difficult because it is quite a neutral colour. But yeah, my answer of will a skein go for all each in between one is no. So basically every other one is that cafe latte colourway, because I wanted a really nice neutral. And then the main colours, the colours, are from my advent calendar from West Green Loft Yarns last year, and are kind of muted enough, I feel, to make this a very pretty blanket. But yeah, I do need to, it may end up the size of that ball of yarn. But I am running out rapidly now. I suppose I should weigh it actually, then I might have a better idea rather than just panicking. Actually doing, being a bit scientific about it would be a good idea. I'm knitting this on there we go, 2.5mm signature needles, which I love. And they're normally in my Cosy Memory blanket, but as I'm not knitting on that at the moment, they're in here. And I'm alternating where the minis are, but at the moment they're in this lovely bag that my friend Sherry Iris made me. It's one of her Scrappy projects, so I feel so privileged to own one. It's so lovely. I adore it. So that's sitting in there with my minis. And yeah, that's sort of the other thing I'm working on. So that's it. That's my knitting. Yeah, but a lot of it's sock wrangling. I'm enjoying wrangling the socks. I'm tempted. Oh, actually, I can't. I was going to say I'm tempted to put these up for next year, but I can't. I actually need to wear them to see whether they fit. That won't work. Right, what else have I got to show you? I have got a little bit of sewing, a tiny bit of acquisition that isn't yarny, and then it's life. So bear with me. Right, so I'm going to cover this because this is a present for a friend, but I made this journal cover as a birthday present for a dear friend. I need to get it in the post, so I'm quite glad I can show it on the podcast. I did English paper piecing on this bit. There is some embroidery under my hand, which you can't see because it's her name. And then there's a little a button, and it's a ribbon tie, and the background, which I'm going to show you, turn around that way now because I can take my hands off. This is a table runner that I got in my vintage box from Sherry Iris, and decided I'd make it into this journal cover for my friend for her birthday. Hopefully she'll really like it. It's not brilliant. There are definite bits that I would have changed. My English paper piecing went a bit wrong, but just there, but you know, I'm sure she'll love it anyway. She knows that she'll know that the amount of hard work goes into this, so she'll appreciate that. So that's that. I can send that off now. So acquisitions, I went to Hobbycraft, which is a big box craft store in the UK, to buy a box frame because I wanted to do a collage of Katie's wedding, which included my buttonhole, which if it worked there may be some overhead footage of that. If not, there won't, but there might be. But while I was there, I kind of fell in love with some fat quarters. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, other than at the time I was making the journal cover, so I'm thinking they might end up as journal covers. I'm actually thinking I might make some for Christmas presents, and I might crack out the sewing machine rather than hand sewing them, and just make them plain. But I quite like them. Just buy some cheap journals, but cover them in these. I think it'd be really nice. So I've got a yarny one that's got sheep, yarn stitches. What are you? More sheep. Let's turn it around that way for those two. Balls of yarn and more sheep. And then I've got a love one, which is just sort of pretty. It says love on it. Pretty darker one there. That one. That one. It's just sort of a pink. Oh, let's turn it around that way because it is easier at that point. That one. And then hearts on that side. And then I kind of got a kiddie one. So I don't know whether I'd make journals out of this or whether I'd save this and perhaps make a small baby quilt. But it's kind of got like little animals. And then these are doggies, which would be very appropriate for my daughter, wouldn't it? More doggies. Are these all doggies? They're all doggies. They're all dogs. Oh, okay, definitely appropriate for Katie. Never mind making it for the baby. I should probably make it for her. She'd love it. So I got that they were 3 for £21, I think. So I was looking at 2, and then Meg was like, "Well, you might as well get the third one, Mum." Yeah, you're right there. So that's it for that content. News from the knitting project. I said I was going to tell you about something later, and I've forgotten what that was. So that was great, wasn't it? So I'm going to watch this back editing and remember what it was, and then can't remember now. How silly is that?
never mind. We didn't get to go away. Unfortunately, Ian's mum was taken ill and he had to go up north. So, yeah, it didn't happen. But, you know, more important things. I wasn't really up for it anyway. So we didn't go away. So I had a very quiet weekend. I didn't go up north because obviously I was still testing, and that's what I was going to say, I was still testing positive on the Saturday, unbelievably. So the Sunday, which was day 14, was the first day I didn't test positive. So I obviously didn't go up, even though I knew I probably wasn't contagious. I wasn't going to risk it. So yeah, that was fun. And he is now away in Kenya. He's working at the moment, and he's back on Wednesday. But there will be a little bit of footage that he sent me of videos of elephants and various bits and pieces coming up at the end of the vlog, which I hope you will enjoy. Now I am going to, he's done loads of video footage apparently. I did say he should have his own channel, but hey. So I am going to put together his video footage, put some music over it, and pop it as a separate vlog at some point when he's back and I see what he has. So yeah, rather than trying to stick it all in the end of a podcast, I think I might put that up as a standalone, because apart from anything else, it'd be nice for him to be able to watch, and he doesn't want to wade through a load of knitting. I mean, he hears me talking about it enough as it is. He doesn't want to watch the podcast as well, bless him. So yeah, so that's happened. It's obviously, we've had the heat wave in the UK, which is part of why I didn't record, because I record on a Monday normally and we had really hot temperatures. We've managed to get through it okay here. We didn't have any issues. We had a very hot black cat at one point. We had to put him in the bath, bless him. He didn't appreciate it, but it did cool him down. He's like a little black cloud and he was so hot. He was just laying on the kitchen floor panting. It was really horrible to watch. So we put like cold towels over him, and then yeah, we tried to just put like a tiny bit of cold water at the bottom of the bath and just let it put his paws in, and then just kind of gently kind of stroke him with the cold water to try and cool him down. But he seemed to be really suffering. But otherwise, human-wise, we've all got through it okay. The way our house is, because it's long and thin, there's only windows on each end, so because the sun comes in this direction from midday, it's just all on the back. So we shut all the curtains, opened all the windows, and just made sure nobody opened the curtains, and it really kept it cool in the kitchen. And because the kitchen's got tiled floor, it was a little bit cooler. And then we just all kept jumping in cold showers, to be fair. It was just like too hot, going to jump in the shower. I actually wore my swimming costume while I was working. Joys of working from home, too much information possibly, but so I could just go jump in the shower, cool down, and yeah, we got through the 2 days, thankfully. What else have I got to tell you? I am going to Socks on the Beach on Saturday, so the day before you would have seen this, and I'm going to a yarn show in Bedford with my friend Sally. I'm going with Sally into Socks on the Beach as well, with on the Sunday, so hopefully next week I will actually have some acquisitions to show you. I'm thinking I'm just going to take socks for knitting for Socks on the Beach and for the yarn show, because they're all I want to knit at the moment. The Elton, there is a chance that might get frogged. I love it, and I'd love the finished object. I just don't know, I've got the gumption for it. It's just so sad I can't work on my Whitmore, because I love that Whitmore so much. There is an argument to say I can start a DK Whitmore, which I was going to do, and I have actually found my needles for that now. In Kelly's lovely advent from last year, because it's DK advent. But also part of me is like, I don't want to have to start again. At some point I will have a go at seeing how I get on with knitting the mohair post-COVID, but my chest is getting a lot better, and I have finally, since Friday, been able to get back into working out again, and I'm actually, my times that I've been doing are right back up there. I was really surprised, especially today, that I could get the times and the steps and the number of steps in the time. So I do a step workout, but it's kind of a dance step workout. It's more high intensity than I used to do. I've kind of moved up a kind of a level, if you like, and I was like, well, I'll just go back down a level and see how I get on, which is what I did, and I was absolutely fine. I whizzed through it. So the last couple of days I've done the higher one, and yeah, my times are really good. They're really up there with what I could do before COVID, so fingers crossed. I'm also eating healthily, and eating healthily for me means to cut out carbohydrates, basically. Not all of them, obviously, but I don't eat bread, I don't eat potatoes, because those two things are the things that I eat the most. And if I'm tired, so I'm trying not to get tired, there isn't a carbohydrate that's safe in the world, because apparently I crave carbs when I'm tired. So I'm allowing myself to have naps. This morning I woke up ridiculously early at 5:30. Thank you to a cat. I had a little visit from Smudge, and I decided, do you know what, I'm just going to get up, have my coffee, I'm going to knit my square, I'm going to work out, and then I'm going to record my podcast, and I'll all be done before I start work, which is fantastic, and I pretty much am. However, there we go. My neighbour has just started his leaf blower. So I'm going to leave you there. A vlog will follow. I hope you're all okay wherever you are. With any luck, there'll be one next week, but who knows? Take care.
bye.